Hello, BookTube.
Hello, BookTube.
Well, it's another day and another book haul. We went out first thing to the Brattle Bookshop here in Boston, familiar to those of you who watch this channel. Headed out early to avoid any demonstrations that were scheduled to kick off at noon. But Saturdays at the Brattle,
Yeah, it was a little much.
it was mobbed. Even early, it was mobbed. And, no offense to anybody who works all week long and can only get there on Saturday. On Saturday, it's usually mobbed with what I can only describe as book tourists. And that, you can't help but overhear people if they're 1 foot away from you. But still, we both found a pile of books. And also, a viewer of this channel approached me in the sale lot and said hi and asked for a selfie. That was wonderful. I should stress again, if you ever see me at the Brattle, feel free to approach. I am not a mewling introvert. I'd be happy to meet you. But you should go first.
Yes.
You got a lot of books and also huge books.
I got a lot of books, mostly on one familiar subject, so I'm feeling a little self-conscious about it, but we have all week, so maybe I'll get some other things. So starting here, this is MacArthur and the American Century, a reader. I actually don't know this. There was a paperback inside and the hardcover outside, so it makes me think that it's actually a fairly common book, but I don't know it. I have MacArthur on the mind because I read that book that came out, I think, 2 months ago on the campaign in the Philippines. On MacArthur and the campaign in the Philippines. It was doing both.
What would it mean to be a reader?
Yeah,
Is it excerpts from a bunch of historians?
I'll be honest, when I grabbed it, I thought it was a biography, and I didn't notice that until just now. Yeah, it does look like there's people in there, but it also includes Douglas MacArthur. So I wonder if those are pulled from the book he wrote after the war, which is not very good, actually. If you're looking at MacArthur, is not reliable, and he was very
There's even
dry.
a chapter. There's a chapter by Dwight Eisenhower. Is it just expletives all bleeped out? Is there any actual prose in that chapter?
Yeah. So I don't know. The more I look into this, the weirder it is.
I bet that's going to send you to a whole bunch of books that you're going to want. Because the thing that's going to jump out with a book like that is writing style.
Right. Yeah, so we'll see. But yeah, I just grabbed it because, like I said, MacArthur was on my mind. So
I got more vintage science fiction. Just like yesterday, I got Warm Worlds and Otherwise by James Tiptree Jr. This is with that great cover. There were 4 or 5 Del Rey volumes of her short stories. This is not my favorite of those volumes. I think that would be Star Songs of an Old Primate, but this is still really, really good and has the short story The Women Men Don't See that is incredible. And extra resonant. Extra resonant, since for a long time everyone thought James Tiptree was a man. And we were absolutely convinced of it. And so the short story The Women Men Don't See is it's really good anyway. Mm-hmm. I don't think this has the psychiatrist who would not do awful things to rats. No. But this has The Girl Who Was Plugged In. This has Love Is the Plan is Death. So this has some classics. So, and I have this. I have a mass market of this, but I never see them, so I grabbed it.
And then going on here, this is still World War II. This is The Little Giants, U.S. escort carriers against Japan. Yeah, so there were 3 types of aircraft carriers, and I'm guessing that's also what this picture is used for. And the smallest were nicknamed, I think, baby flat tops is, I think, one of the many terms that they use for them. And this is focusing on their operations in the Pacific. There was a lot of World War II in the sale lot. I, left a bunch, and a bunch of keyhole history specifically. But this is one of the keyhole histories that I did grab. Or maybe not keyhole. I mean, that's not quite the right term, but it's more narrow, anyhow.
I think it was only the fact that you had found such a glut of World War II stuff for cheap in the sale lot that prevented you from having a stroke when you went inside and saw that half the World War II section is kids' books.
Yeah,
that's why they were called.
They shrunk the World War II section.
I almost wish that I could have had a camera on you and you'd seen that first instead of getting all the books outside. Well, I got another piece of science fiction, Ted Sturgeon. I don't know this book. It's not going to last more than one reading, but it was $1, and I find him fascinating. So,
And then here, this is this is a classic book. This is The 9,000 Days, The Siege of Leningrad by
How did you not
Harrison
have this?
Salisbury. I think I might have an e-copy, but maybe not. I actually don't know if this exists as an e-copy. And there are a couple new books. There's one new book coming out on Leningrad, either next year, late this year, maybe. And then Priputar just came out with 2 volumes on Leningrad too. And so when I saw this, I knew I had to have it on my shelves because I don't think I have anything on Leningrad at home at the moment. So
what about that? There was a book on Leningrad and Shostakovich that I loved. I don't remember the name of it. I think it was A City and a Man, or A City and a Music, or City and a Song, or something.
Oh, I do know what you're talking about.
It had a cartoon cover.
I've never read it, but I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Okay, I can do a batch. I got 3 Penguin Crime Greenspine mass market paperbacks of Maigret by Simenon. So I got 2. What is this? Maigret Mystified, Maigret and the Enigmatic Let, and then an anthology with 3 short novels in it. And there's a reason why I don't want to be flooding myself with mass markets. But I was mentioning to David that I have the new Penguin translations of all of Maigret that they did, and I honestly I keep feeling like this, like I'm not reading the right thing. Like I'm not reading something that an author would actually write. I'm reading something that a translator would mangle. So these are the earlier translations, so I can try that and see if I get the same feeling, and if I do, well, then it's time to get the originals. Just not bother with a translator. I don't have any of the older ones, so now I do. So now I'll read one of the little ones and see if I get the same feeling. Those Penguin new volumes are so physically beautiful. There were like 10 of them at the shop, but I don't know. They don't. Some of them don't read very good. So that all right.
And then here, well, I guess this is a little bit different. This is Sam Tannenhouse's biography of Whittaker Chambers. I have a copy of this at home, but it's just in really rough shape, and I keep meaning to get a replacement. I just haven't seen one at my personal used bookstore that I go to in Minneapolis. So there were 2 copies, I think, in the sale lot. So I grabbed this, and I'll have to transfer over all the clippings that I have and all my notes to this volume. And it's also a reminder that I don't have his new book on Buckley, which is one I need to read before the end of the year.
I never sent you that. No?
I don't know, like an e-copy, maybe? I don't know if you ever got a physical copy.
I don't think I ever did.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it. But first, before you transfer all of your paraphernalia, you have to get it to Minneapolis. We're not even thinking about that part of this. No. That part of it is just a nightmare. We're going to try not to think about it. I found 2 more trollops in these Oxford Centenary editions. There were a whole bunch of trollop out in the sale lot. Penguin Classics, a whole bunch of orange spine penguins that just have Trollop's face on the cover, and they have numbers on the spine. But there are also a few of these, and I'm grabbing them because I once had them all. I've since ranged around with other Trollop. Oh, I should show you right instead of waving them around like a bad booktuber. I always complain about this when people do that. I got Orley Farm. Here he is demanding to see the letter, an amazing novel in which the MacGuffin that you are sure is driving the plot, did she or didn't she, is resolved at the halfway point of the book. And it doesn't lose a single inch of drama. It's amazing. And then Ralph the Heir, which is another, I mentioned the other day, Katie at Books and Things did a video about Victorian novels with disputed inheritance claims. And this one is quintessence of that for Trollope, because the title is even disputed, because there are 2 Ralphs in the book. They're cousins, and they're both named Ralph. And one of them is a bastard, and one of them is a horrible person, but is in line to inherit. And it makes... Trollope just has a lot of fun with it. We'll be reading these things out loud. Eventually, we will be. What the...
Oh, and then here, this is The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and some other stories, it looks like, in the Penguin Classics edition. This October, I'm reading spooky, weird fiction, I guess, and this I might throw in the pile. I reread Frankenstein, which didn't hold up in my opinion. I'm reading Dracula with you. I read some ghost stories of Ambrose Bierce. I think I might throw on some Washington Irving. So,
trying to save face, are you?
Yeah, I'm trying so hard. Yeah.
He's intentionally not mentioning that he read another book about a mummy. Just trying to save face, and admit it. You enjoyed it.
I read Anne Rice's The Mummy, and I did enjoy it. I enjoyed it a lot, yeah.
So if you're keeping score at home, Frankenstein, no. Anne Rice's The Mummy, yes. And I wholeheartedly agree with that. But anyway, I got a Penguin classic, The Epigrams of Martial. I could not remember if I had this, and I haven't gone looking to see if I do. I might have a mass market that's just ready to fall apart. So I got this. This is the James Michie translation. His introduction is really good. His notes are really good. Marshall is a cuttingly witty author, and James Michie was not a cuttingly witty author. And so that's a bad mismatch. It'd be in an ideal circumstance, you would take a classicist would translate these, and then he would run it through Lewis Black to get him to render the sense of the thing in an epigram that will actually be funny. But that doesn't usually happen. You ask me how my farm can pay when little it will bear. It pays me thus, it's far away, and you are never there.
Thanks.
Well, I'm here all week, folks. Unfortunately.
So am I, unfortunately, yeah. This is In the Ruins of Empire, the Japanese Surrender, and the Battle for Post-War Asia. I don't know this book. I don't know this author, but I was paging through it, and I realized I haven't read much on post-war Asia or the post-war occupations. Loads on Europe and about all the population movements and whatnot there. But it's clearly a bit of a blind spot for me, so hopefully this is good. I don't know it.
A bit of a blind spot. A bit of a blind spot. 50 books on one subject, but it's... You're not doing anything for your reputation here. Or maybe you are. Maybe you're helping.
Do I ever? I don't know.
I found Julia Briggs's Stage Play World. Famous thing that 2 generations of college students have read this. And that prejudiced me against it for a long time, because it seemed like it was designed to be that way. But then I saw it today for $1 and thought, well, when's the last time you read it with an open mind? So I will. I remember some of the considerations of some authors were very good, even though I didn't like the book at the time. So I might like the whole thing now.
Then this is a book you threw at me. This is Charles Beard, President Roosevelt and the Coming of the War, 1941. It's a study in appearances and realities, it says. So I don't know. Maybe you could say something about this.
He's a really good writer.
He's really good? Okay. Who is he?
I don't know that it's... He doesn't hero worship Roosevelt as much as... any would bother you, but I don't think he does much.
Okay,
so I think that part will be bearable. I got another copy of Chats on Japanese Prints. This is by Arthur Davison Fick. Who do we have a picture of him? No, we don't. Oh, you really owe it to yourself to Google him. He's a poet and an aesthete, and he just talks in this book. He centers down on various Japanese characters and prints and talks about them. A very informal study, but it works really, really well. So, and I had a copy just recently. I found a copy, but it's gone. So,
and then here, this is who's this? Theodor Hamerow. This is On the Road to the Wolf's Lair: German Resistance to Hitler. There is a classic book on this that you'll see all the time on internal resistance to Hitler. I'm blanking on what it is right now. This one I'm not familiar with. It does, interestingly enough, looks like it starts in Weimar and then goes all the way through to the end of the war, glancing at it. So it looks like it's just internal resistance to Hitler throughout the Third Reich's years. So
that's an awful early way to start.
Yeah.
Who was it? Was it Christopher Hitchens who wrote a piece on Hitler long before... Hitler before World War I, when he was just a day laborer? So it was Hitchens or somebody who wrote, I think, for Vanity Fair or Atlantic or something like that, saying, just idly wondering, did any of the big burly men who were working with this guy ever feel like just dropping him off the roof? Did they ever get such a bad feeling about him that they wanted to do that? Little guessing what was going to come from the fact that they didn't. It seems like a Hitchens thing to write.
It seems like, yeah, but it's not ringing a bell.
My next book is a penance. I make comments on this channel, and some of you email me and yell at me. And that happened recently, so I got a book of 2 novels by John Banville. I've not read The Book of Evidence. I've read The Sea a couple of times. Or maybe it was all just one time and I was numb with boredom. But you've got this lovely. Everyman's. I will. It's got the built-in bookmark and everything. I will hunker down and give it another try, and we will see, so that I don't get accused of being a snob for saying that his books are trifles. I will try not to do that. I will read them again. It's the kind of parasocial relationship I have.
And then here, this is a book that I should have. This is The Deadly Embrace: Hitler, Stalin, and the Nazi-Soviet Pact. This is a classic book on the Nazi-Soviet Pact. Again, I was too. I have pictures of my bookshelves on my phone, and for some reason, I thought I had it, and I didn't see it on there. So, glad to have this. Fascinating thing, especially to read contemporary accounts of.
The sheer shock of it all.
Yeah, and then also how left-wing groups dealt with it in Western countries, too. Fascinating, yeah.
I found a book on Dante, A Diversity of Dante, by Thomas Bergen, you should look for Fick's picture online. But this picture is wrong. That picture gives the wrong impression. I don't know. If you were to study that picture really closely, I bet you would see how close that stern face is to laughter. I think it's visible. This is a terrific scholar. He is fantastic on Dante, and behind me, on these new bookshelves, notice how neat and clean they are. Someone did a lot of work. There's his biography of Boccaccio on those shelves as well, and I have 2 other of his little books on Dante, but I love the way he writes about Dante, so I saw this for $1 and grabbed it.
This is Bruce Maslish. I'm not familiar with him, but this is on James and John Stuart Mill. Just 2 complete brainiacs, father and son. I'm not sure exactly how he's going to do this. The influence on John Stuart Mill of James in specifically some of his ideas is pretty well known at this point. But
did you say you don't know this author?
There was some newer scholarship done on it. Yeah, no, I'm not familiar with him.
So do you think he's going to come at it from a philosophical viewpoint, or?
It looks like he's a professor of history, but it's broken up by subject. It looks like so. There's a whole chapter on economics. Social science, that kind of thing. So I don't know if it's... I don't know exactly how he's going to do it. The one, obviously, I'm most familiar with is economics. So, for example, on, gains from trade, James really pushed the stuff that's in John Stuart Mill's writing on economics in that. So obviously how much he knows about that. A lot of people didn't know about that earlier on, and research later on uncovered how tight that connection was. So I don't know how much of that will be in here.
His name sounds awful familiar to me. I could swear I've read a book by him, but I wouldn't have been about John Stuart Mill, that's for sure. So maybe not.
He wrote In Search of Nixon.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I did read that. And I really liked it. That could be a really good book.
So, yeah, we'll see.
I found another scholar. Again, I don't have his picture. He looks just like what he sounds. His name is Charles Ward, and this is his life of Dryden. I saw it out in the sale lot, and I thought, well, you definitely don't want that, because you've got a biography of Dryden that you love by a friend that's behind me, John Dryden and His World. But why can't I? I remember this. This is all over that other book's bibliography, so why not? Why not read 2? Also, this copy, when was this? 1961. This was sent to a reviewer. Way back then. You have the card here saying, please send 2 copies of your review and all that. And the reviewer kept the card in, probably as a bookmark, but also included, from 1961, the TLS review of the book. So they kept it until they died. And I intend to do the same. So I will give it another try. I will see what this author's perspective on Dryden is.
Okay, so more World War II. This is The Fleet at Flood Tide. America at Total War in the Pacific, 1944 to 1945. So it's on the war in the Pacific in the last year of the war, which is just totally epic to read about. Even compared, I think, to the war in Europe. I mean, if you read about World War II, it's really almost 2 different wars in terms of, say, 39 to 42, and then 43 to 45. You go from these skirmishes and these small, fast wars to what I call, or other historians have called, big war. And seeing how the U.S. transformed its fleets and its air force and how that came to a culmination in 44, 45 is just unbelievable to read about.
Isn't the Pacific your thing in World War II? How did you not have that book?
No, I think Europe is sort of my thing more than the Pacific of World War II, but... yeah.
Well, I don't want to left out. David didn't get all the swastika books. I got one of them. I got this, Robert Galati backing Hitler, about asking the essential question: take a normal, liberal, free-thinking, advanced scientific society. How did they become Nazis? How did they do it? And just tries to answer that question. And this, I thought sure that I had read this. I may still. I find out that I've read it. But I asked you and I asked myself if I had reviewed it, but I think the timing is wrong for that. Yeah, 2001. The timing would be wrong for that. I was not reviewing books, so I might have got it. I might have bought it from the bookstore where I was working. But it was the only World War II thing out there that really intrigued me. You got all the rest. You got everything else.
And then I have one more.
Oh, look at that.
Completely different. Yeah, this is The Bounty by Caroline Alexander. I watched the 1935, 1938 movie, Mutiny on the Bounty, and then I went on this YouTube rabbit hole watching videos about it, and I looked into a couple books on the subject, and this is one of them that I saved to eventually look into, so I was happy to see it at the Brattles. So.
It's quite good.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Good. All right.
I found a hardcover of this. I've praised these things before, these Penguin Historical Atlases. This is Ancient Rome. But I used to have all of these, but never in hardcover. And these take you through. They show you, the diagrams, the photos, the ruins, and everything. But most preciously, the best thing about these is that with these colored arrows, they show you the movements of peoples and the expansion and contraction of nations. The maps really show you that in a way that a narrative will not. And I love this. Is the one I would have wanted. I looked around as soon as I saw this. I thought, oh, is there maybe a hardcover of the Penguin Historical Atlas of Ancient Egypt? But it wasn't there, as far as I could see. But Rome was a pretty good consolation prize. And then a duplicate to finish off. I didn't know it was a duplicate. I could not remember. This is a Treasury of the Saturday Evening Post with black and white illustrations on the inside that show you some of the ads that were in it. There's also, of course, Norman Rockwell, and lots of Benjamin Franklin. And as soon as I got back here, I checked, and I do have a copy of this, so this is a duplicate. That was the mistake of the day.
You don't need more duplicates.
No. Now that this grand bookcase rearrangement has been done, oh my God, it's so tempting to fiddle with it. But I think we've done enough fiddling with books for one day.
I think so.
Who knows what tomorrow will bring?
You haven't looked at the weather, so I don't know.
Maybe a thrift store. It's Sunday. Some of them might be open. They might be mobbed. We had that experience today. Went to a thrift store, and it was so prohibitively mobbed that we left. Didn't get it.
I know, it's tempting to want to wait till Monday, Tuesday, but we should do something, yeah.
Maybe we should just devote tomorrow to Greco-Roman wrestling. I've got to pounce while he's sore from all the book moving. Otherwise, it's not an even playing field. He's inhaled so much dust that in the first few minutes he might say, what the hell?
Actually, yeah.
You know what's good for dust? Wine.
Well, oh, God, yeah. It's good for dust being here with you.
So we'll wrap this up, and we'll probably do something tomorrow. If it's not a book haul, I don't know.
Yeah, we should think of something to do. Maybe we could do a tag together.
Or a vlog.
Oh, yeah. I need to do that.
Could do a vlog. But anyway, we're going to wrap this up for now and get about the evening while we still have any light. But I'll see you soon.